Ayo friendos, welcome back to my channel, or if it's your first time here, hello. My name is Laurel. I'm a weirdo who normally does beauty and style content on my channel, but today I'm taking a break from that and I'm going to show you all where I stayed at in Myrtle Beach on my last family vacation, give you a tour of the place, tell you some of the things that I did and what you could possibly do while you are there. And then the rest of the video after that point on are for people who just like to watch me. In general, I'm going to be giving you the juicy details of this vacation and talking about makeup and stuff. So if that sounds interesting to you, please give this video a like and subscribe. We're just moments away from covering it all. Stay tuned. So the place that I stayed at in Myrtle Beach is a place called Sea Watch Resort, and it was accessible through my parents' timeshare. My parents decided that they were getting rid of their timeshare, and so I guess they decided they wanted to do one last hurrah at a place where they could use their points, and so they rented the penthouse at Sea Watch in Myrtle Beach. Now, the penthouse means that it was on the top floor and it was a 2-level unit. I had stayed at this particular penthouse before, and it used to be a 3-bedroom penthouse with a huge living room and kitchen. However, this time when I stayed there, they had updated the penthouse and the kitchen and the living room were now much tinier. There was a bedroom as soon as you walked in the door to the left that did not used to be there. They moved the staircase, and then upstairs there are 2 twin matching bedrooms with a bathroom in between. That bathroom is pretty basic looking. Then downstairs and to the right, they have a nicer master bedroom with a gorgeous window and an updated bathroom. So what I noticed is that the place was nice overall, but it did, like, you could tell that it needed some updating. There were a few water stains on the bathroom in the upstairs bedroom, which is where I stayed. The kitchen looked really nice. If you've ever stayed there before, you know that it used to be white with pops of blue and orange. They had changed that whole scheme and it was sort of a darker, more refined look now. Again, with a smaller kitchen. In a way, it makes sense to do that because most people, I don't think, go on vacation to cook. I know some people do, but most people don't. And it does make sense to have 4 bedrooms instead of 3 because you can accommodate more guests. The beds were extremely comfy. All of them had really nice mattresses and really nice bedding. I will say that the pillows were quite thick that they put on the bed, so I recommend bringing your own pillow for that, especially if you are someone who sleeps on your back, if you don't want to have to sleep essentially like this. The location of Sea Watch is much closer to what's considered to be North Myrtle Beach than actual Myrtle Beach. So Myrtle Beach it's a little bit busier. It's a little bit wilder. They have more of a nightlife. And then North Myrtle Beach tends to attract retirees and people who are looking for a romantic stay, not necessarily a fun and exciting stay in Myrtle Beach. However, you're not far from it all. It's about a 15-minute drive to Broadway at the beach, so you can eat at Abuelo's like I did. It was very good, and get in some great shopping there. And believe me, friendos, there is a lot of shopping to be had. One of the simple pleasures that I enjoy when visiting Myrtle Beach is going to Broadway at the beach and feeding the fishies. For years, there have been these little fish food stations where they are basically bubblegum machines. You put in, I think, 50 cents, turn the key, and then you'll get a handful of fish food. Not anymore, friendos. Now the fish food costs $5 whole and you get it out of a huge vending machine. Now you do get a bucket about this size, and I had a blast feeding those fish. My sister did not like editing this part. She hates seeing all the fish just jumping up on top of each other. It makes her feel queasy, so I do appreciate her editing this scene anyway. Interestingly enough, it looks like someone had placed a koi fish into the pond. And then, of course, the duckies. The selfish, hungry duckies just have to come and try to eat the fish food and steal it from the fishies. But what can I say? I like to see the duckies getting something to eat as well. It's the little simple things of being in and observing nature that I really do enjoy on vacations. It's something that really doesn't cost a lot of money, but still brings me a lot of entertainment. But if you are looking for an awesome time at the beach, I would tell you, if you're going for fun, eating out, nightlife, activity, shopping, there's even live shows that you could see at Broadway at the beach. There's plenty of entertainment to be had, but as far as a pristine beach full of shells and that kind of thing, you're not going to find that at Myrtle Beach. The beach is fine. It's not ugly or anything like that, but it's just not the prettiest. If you are coming to the Carolinas, I would absolutely recommend, if you're looking for something quieter and something, if you're into shelling and just spending time with your loved one in a serene setting, I definitely would recommend you go to the Outer Banks of North Carolina versus Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. And as you guys can see from the visuals from the penthouse balcony, the beach was pretty vacant while there. I went in April. The water was not warm enough to get in. Normally, it's not really warm enough to play until late May. If you plan to go out more than like waist deep and you really want to spend time out in the ocean, you definitely want to wait till around the end of May, 1st of June. Also, if you're looking to surf or boogie board, you're really not going to get those kinds of waves at Myrtle Beach either. You get really small swells. The waters typically are not tranquil, but they're not surfing level waves either, is how I would summarize it. And then one new thing that I did, I went to the Crazy Mason with my mom. We got a mason jar with a milkshake inside, and the accoutrements go outside. It is one huge milkshake with all these added things just on top, ready for you to take a bite. It's not something where you can really take it with you on the road. You have to eat it there just because it's messy and sticky. But that was also a lot of fun. You could build your own, or you could choose from the many varieties of flavors that they had up on their menu. Okay, so from here on out, if you are still watching, everything that I talk about from this point on is from a more personal perspective, and I'm going to talk about why this vacation was kind of awkward for me, but I'm not going to give any more relevant traveling information about Myrtle Beach. This is more about my personal life and makeup and that kind of thing. Also, I will be mentioning alcohol. So if you are triggered by alcohol or you don't need to see that content, you can click on out now. Otherwise, Friendos, just enjoy the ride. So if you're wondering, why did I wait so long if I went in April to finish up this video? It's because some of the topics around this vacation just make me a little uncomfortable. I'm going to lower my guard a little bit and try to get through this so that you guys can hopefully either relate or you guys can just understand my situation. So I feel like anytime you're traveling with your parents on a vacation as an adult, past the typical college age years of your life, it's always a little bit awkward going on vacation with your parents. And this was no exception. So I rode down to the beach with my parents, and I was not going to be able to stay very long at all. I only stayed, I think it was either 2 or 3 nights. And my mom surprised me with this vacation. It wasn't like it was something that we had planned in advance. And I felt really guilty going on this vacation, to be honest, because my sister was not going to be able to go. They said that this vacation was for my birthday, even though it was like 2 months after my birthday. I don't know. Oh God, it's cringe, you guys. So my sister wasn't going to be able to go. Someone has to look after our company. I told you guys we have a wholesale company, and with the way things have changed during the pandemic, we no longer keep a huge inventory of stock. We make our products by hand. So when an order comes in, there really does need to be 2 people on the floor working. So someone had to stay behind to kind of just fill in the gap. So yeah, the first night I went down there alone and everything was pretty normal. If I have both of my parents together, normally it's not too bad. The second day, my dad went down to the pool. He swam. and he came back in and he took a nap. And then I was stuck alone with my mom. And here's the thing, you guys, my parents were not young when they had me. Like, they were not spring chickens, so they're older, they're very traditional. I know that what my mom said to me was coming from a good place in her heart. Like, she definitely wants me to be happy and to live a fulfilled life. She got very inquisitive about my love life or lack thereof. So to give you guys a little bit more context, I was born in a very small town, and a lot of the friends that my mom still has to this day are the parents of my now friends that I have maintained the friendship for years and years and years. So she's gotten to see a lot of my friends grow up and do plenty of things with their lives. So Justin, my other editor and business partner who lives here in the house with us, he and I have been friends now for 20 years. And I have a lot of friends in that same group that I'm still friends with. And one of our friends who was probably, I'm trying to think of the right way to phrase this. So this particular friend that we have, that my mom is friends with his mom and dad, he was probably like our least likely friend to get married before the age of 40. He had even like openly said that his goal was to get married at 40. Lo and behold, 2 years ago, he met his soulmate and decided that he wanted to get married then and there. I think this came as a big shock to my mom that I was unmarried, and then this was the very last of my friends to not be married and then to get married. All of my friends over the last 5 years have gotten married and started having kids. So it's really bothering my mom that I'm unmarried and I don't have kids. So my mom starts prying and just really trying to get to the root cause of why I am not dating anyone or why I don't seem to be pursuing that life. There's a lot of reasons why. One of those is I don't feel like I'm in the right city. I don't feel like I'm living where I want to live for the rest of my life. I definitely want to move to a different city, possibly a different state. And to me, it doesn't really make sense to go and pursue a relationship where I'm at right now if I am planning to move. I haven't really discussed with my parents the fact that I might want to move out of state. So it was just really uncomfortable having this conversation with her. And then I found out that she told the friend that got married, she had told his mom that she thought that I might be secretly engaged to someone, which is really sad because that means that she's so desperate to believe that I might have something brewing that she would just concoct this in her head. So yeah, that was really awkward, and she asked like so many questions. And I feel bad because I want to make my parents proud. I want to make them happy, but at the same time, it hurts when you can't be the person that they want you to be. And so if you've ever been in that place in your life where you feel like you just need to make the right decisions for you, even if it doesn't make sense for other people, then I'm sure you guys can relate. And it's not like I think that those things will never happen for me. I mean, they may not. I try not to compare my timeline to other people's because everyone's journey is different. And I feel like everything will come together for me eventually. I hope. So after that night, the next day, I asked Justin to come to the beach. Yeah, I asked Justin to come to the beach and be my buffer. So he got to come with us when we went to Broadway at the beach, and we, did some shopping and fed the fishies and all that kind of thing. And then my mom lightened up quite a bit. My dad too. We went out to eat at Abuelo's. It was very yummy. You can get a lot of food for a really good price at that restaurant. From the outside, you might think that it's super fancy, but really it's just casual. Also, if you like all-you-can-eat crab leg places, there's a lot of those to choose from too in Myrtle Beach. From that point on, it was really nice. We went to the pool, went to the hot tub. We all went out on the beach. I did find some sea glass. I did not find any shells worth keeping. I went and found a shark's tooth. I did find that. And then he drove me home, and then my parents got to stay for the rest of their vacation, which I think was 5 days, in total. Overall, I'm glad that I got to spend some time with my elderly parents. I really don't get to see them enough, and they are getting older, and it's starting to show. I need to make a better effort of spending time with them. They do live an hour and a half from me now, but I normally get to see them at least twice a month. So now I want to hear from you guys. Have you all ever been to Myrtle Beach? Do you guys vacation with your parents as adults? What's your experience like doing so if you do? Okay, so I wanted to show you guys this thing that I bought at TJ Maxx. I bought a vodka infused spritzer. Well, actually, it's the spritzer. You have to put the vodka in, and then you have a very fancy drink. These things I bought at TJ Maxx for I think $4, and they are fantastic. If you like a cocktail with no fuss, Friendos, you need to go to TJ Maxx and see if they have some near you because it was delicious. And after that conversation with my mom, I really needed it. So basically what you do with the spritzer is you pour in your alcohol of choice, and it already has the nice dried ingredients in there, even some sugar, so it's not sour. You don't have to make any alterations to the drink whatsoever. You let it sit for 3 hours, and then it's ready to drink. Also, I did take my Riviera palette on the vacation, and I managed to do quite a few looks with it. It was pretty funny. I packed other palettes, but that was the only one that I really just kept reaching for. I know a lot of you have told me that that's one of your favorite palettes to take with you if you are going on a beach vacation. I do want to hear from you guys. Tell me which palettes you like to take with you when you're planning a beach trip. So again, guys, thank you all so much for spending your time here with me. I really hope that you enjoyed this type of video. I know it was a little bit more vulnerable and more personal in this one. I hope you guys don't mind. Please do give this video a like if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you have not done so already, because if not, we'll both have to live in sorrow knowing what could have been. Okay, guys, have a great one. Bye.